and thank you for tuning into this video where I will walk you through how to register for the 2025 American Gelbvieh Association Convention. To start, you'll want to get onto the American Gelbvieh Association website and look at the home page. As we look at the home page, I'm going to go ahead and click on the membership tab that's here above. Once I click on that tab, it'll bring me a few different sub tabs. Under events, under the membership tab, there is a section called National Convention, and you'll want to click on that wording. Once you click on the National Convention wording, it'll bring you to the National Convention page of the website. It will have registration information, hotel block information, our tentative schedule, but you'll want to click on and look at the portion that has the registration information that's here to the left, and specifically click on the green button called Registered Now. Once you click on that button, it will redirect you to a different site called Showman, which is our registration platform that we are using this year. You'll encounter a page that looks very similar to the one that you see now. It'll have hotel information, my contact information, lodging information, other information, refund policy prices, etc. However, you're seeing just the show details. To register for convention, you're going to want to move over to the right and click on Enter Show. Once you click on Enter Show, it will bring you to a page that may look similar to this. If you don't have a Showman account, this information, account contact info, will not be there. Showman will either prompt you to log in or to create a Showman account. You'll need to go through the steps of creating a Showman account if you do not have one. And once you do have one, the information that's on this first account information portion will look as such. I have my account already created. The information that's here is correct. So I'm good to go. But if some of this information was not correct, I would click this area to go ahead and make any edits that are needed to the information that's stated above. Since I'm good to go, I'll go ahead and click Next. Once I click Next, I'm brought to the second portion of entries, and that is the actual entry portion. To start an entry, I'll go ahead and click on this New Entry blue rectangle. When I click on that area, it'll bring a drop down that says Convention, and then below that says 2025 Convention. Once I click on that, it'll bring up this little white tab that says New Entry Shows. Select which shows you are entering. This is a drop-down menu, and it'll allow you to select whatever entries you need to make. For this purpose, I'll go ahead and select full conference registration for an adult member. I'm going to go ahead and select Next. After I click Next, I'm able to select an exhibitor. And so I'll go down and I'll select my name. However, if you're registering for someone else and they're not listed on the exhibitor list, you can click this area to add in another exhibitor if needed. Since I already had my exhibitor name in there, I went ahead and moved forward doing Next. This is just giving me a summary of what my entry looks like: full conference registration, adult member, and the exhibitor for that specific portion. If you have numerous people that you're registering for, you can add additional entries by, again, being on the second tab of entries, clicking New Entry 2025 Convention, going down, and for this purpose, I'll show you what a banquet-only registration would look like. I'll click on that registration type, click Next, and add in and an additional exhibitor for that registration type. Again, just giving me a summary of what I am entering for: banquet only registration, AGA staff. If I have changes that I need to make to that, I can click those edit buttons, and those would allow me to make the edits that I need. I'm going to go ahead and click add entries. And now this second portion has both of the exhibitors that I just started the entry for, along with their registration types. Since I don't need to make any other registrations, I'll go ahead and click next. Once I've clicked next, it's going to bring me to this third portion called entry questions. On the entry question tab, it has both of the names that I have entered for convention, along with all of these registration questions, including name, email, phone number, address line, city, state, zip code, farm ranch, member number, and activities. These have been pre-filled out by myself previously, but in order to complete your registration, you'll need to go through and type into each of these text boxes the information that it's instructing you to do so. So for name, first, then last, and you'll need to do that for each registration that you're signing up for each exhibitor that you signed up. So Martha, put my name in. AGA staff, put my name in. Same thing with email. You'll need to put emails in for both or all of the exhibitors that you're signing up. Phone number, same thing. Address line, same thing. And if some of your exhibitors have the same information that would be in each of these, feel free to just copy and paste that information into those sections if it is the same. If it's different, please be sure to put in that different information. But again, each of these text boxes are going to be required, so be sure to fill all of those boxes out for each exhibitor. The zip code portion may look just a little bit different than others, but it functions just like a regular text box that you've seen earlier. So you're going to put your cursor in the center of that box in between the plus and the minus, and just type in your zip code like you would normally on those other text boxes. You have the ability to add your farm and ranch name, so add those. Same thing with member number, just like zip code. It might look a little bit different, but it functions just the same as a regular text box. Take your cursor, put it in the center of this plus and minus area, and feel free to just type it in on your keypad like you normally would after you click into the center of that area. Once you get past all of those text boxes and you've completed each of them for all of your exhibitors, you'll be directed to an activities portion. This helps us with our planning, whether it's the amount of chairs we need in rooms or the amount of meals we need. And mark off the activities that you plan on attending or what that exhibitor plans on attending. So I went through and I selected various things that I attended on planning. My AGA staff is a banquet only registration, so I only selected the banquet activity on that list. Once I've went through all the activities and I've completed all the information above, I will hit next at the bottom of that page. It's going to bring me to a summary and ask me to review all of the information I've just put in. So it has two registrations, one for AGA staff, banquet only registration, another for Martha Menning full conference registration adult member. It has the amounts for both of those registrations. And then it has a summary of all of the things I've just typed in. So it'll show you everything you've typed in so you can confirm that all of that information is correct. Check phone number, address line, city, state, zip code, email name, farm ranch, member number. Make sure all of that information is accurate. Um, all the information that you had just typed in, make sure that's true and good to go. And then you'll come down to the area where it gives you a summary of the activities that you selected. True indicates that you did check that activity that you plan on attending. False is going to indicate that you did not check that activity and you do not intend to attend those different activities. So once that all looks good, if something is wrong, just go back and you'll be able to make any edits to that page if something does come up in that summary section. So I'm just showing you what it looks like if you were to go back and make any change. So say I just needed to add something to my registration, I can go next. Again, it'll bring me back to that summary after I made those changes if they were needed. And after reviewing that, it'll give me my total, and I will then click go to checkout. Once I click go to checkout, it'll bring me to this page that's going to look very similar to that summary page that we were just on, but you need to scroll to the bottom and click submit payment. Once you've clicked that button, it's going to redirect you to a different site, and that site is going to show you the total of entry fees for convention. It'll show you the logo, and it still shows you showman. It's just a different page for you to fill out your credit card information. And here you can type in your card info, cardholder name, country, zip code, and then you're able to hit and select pay, which will allow you to finish your convention registration.